you and I were chatting on the phone the day before, I believe, and I, I kind of had this harbinger of predictability.
Sure.
Or predictability.
Predictability, exactly.
that something was not going to go right.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, it'll all work out, and I mean, yeah, it's untangling a spider web kind of a thing with Billy.
Right.
Anytime you do anything with Billy, but his heart's in the right place, and he has such good contacts and friendships with all these guys that it doesn't, for some reason, it doesn't become a problem. It's the weirdest thing, but it does not become a problem because Billy is so good friends with all these guys. So,
right.
And I did my best to just be polite and not bitch and not sit there moping, or I was just like, hey, what's up? Dude, at one point I was trying to get out of the way because when I first came in, I'm sitting at the front because I thought I was going to be setting up cameras.
Right.
So I'm sitting up front and I'm trying to figure out, and everybody keeps coming up to me and they're like, hey, who are you with? And who do you know? And whatever. And then finally one guy says, look, dude, I need you to move somewhere in the back until Billy gets here because we're going to have people coming in and these tables are all assigned, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, fine. So I ended up grabbing a chair and I sat all the way in the back by like kind of the entrance. And there was this table with like the prayer cards and the little pamphlet, whatever that thing's called.
A little memorial thing.
Yeah. And then there was, next to that was this big bin full of ice and little like half bottles of some kind of higher end water. Wasn't like Poland Spring or something. It was some weird name. I don't know.
It wasn't holy water, was it?
No, I hope not, because I gave a bunch of it out to drink. But I ended up becoming the drink guy.
Yeah.
Because everybody that was coming through was like, hey, can I get a bottle of water? Or they're like, hey, what is this? Because when you looked at it, it looked like it was like clear root beer or something. It had like a brown label. And I just kept saying, oh, it's just water. It's just water. So then I'm like handing it out. And there was an old guy in a wheelchair and his wife that was like 1,000 years old as well. And they came in and they wanted water. And I was just like, hey, you just go to your table. I'll bring you the water. So now I'm serving,
Did you have a towel over your arm?
I should have. I really should have, because it was to that level. It really was.
Did you accept tips?
I actually had somebody offer me a tip and I turned that down. I was like, no, I'm just here. I'm here working. Don't worry about it.
You're like the bathroom attendant.
It really was, but it worked out. So all good, Bottom line, I'll make my rent for next month. So ching ching.
Nice. Well, I wondered how all that shenanigans were going to go because, being that you and I have had many occasions where, we've had to set up kind of hastily to get a operation going.
Yeah.
I know how those things go, but fortunately, I have, a strong acumen for doing that kind of thing and make things work and make things happen. But it doesn't always go smooth.
No. And me, I'm the opposite of you. The first thing that goes wrong, I'm ready to go home. And this was one time that I just was like, once it started going tits up, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to lose my cool here. I need to make this money. I already canceled the CMS for this shit.
Right.
I was like, take a deep breath. Whatever happens, happens. Whatever happens, even if everything goes wrong, you're still going to go home at the end of this shit. So don't freak out. Don't panic. And I didn't, and we got it done. So maybe I'm getting more mature as I get ancient.
or maybe there was a pocket full of money on the line.
Well, there's that too. I definitely needed to make that money. So
typically, every time you and I have done things, there's never been money on the line.
Yeah, which makes it all the more easy to say, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Exactly.